When you was on the show, was you homeschool or private school?
I was homeschooled, actually. I was homeschooled my entire life, like from kindergarten, because I was in kindergarten when I started the show. No, I went to preschool. I did go to a public preschool, and then I was homeschooled from kindergarten up until my sophomore year in high school. I went to public school. So we would have our own teachers on set. And I had my own teacher. Jeremy had his own teacher. Camille. I think they had they shared a teacher, but then they ended up getting their own teachers and their own schoolrooms and stuff like that. And so we would just like in between takes do a scene. Once they're done with my scene, they're moving on to the next one. I go upstairs, either go into my dressing room, do a couple of hours of school. But even then, the schooling wasn't even the best situation because, like at max, we could do 4 hours of school, or we had to do 4 hours of school, but that's it on a daily. So Monday through Friday, my school days are about 4 hours, and that's it. Even though, shout out to Susan, that was my teacher. I love her.
How was that like? Did they know you was the little girl from the Bernie Mac show?
Yes, that was horrible. That my no first day. First off, my dad sent me to school on a Friday. Who does that? Like, what is this? A preschool day? Like that's so immature of him to do that. So I did it on a Friday. Um, I was so nervous because this is honestly my first time being around so many people that's my age. Mind you, I was so socially awkward around people my age. Like I could sit here and, oh, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Dee Dee Davis, blah, blah, blah. I could do that to an adult because I was going on doing interviews and award shows and red carpets. So I could talk to an adult, but like kid wise, I was just like, oh, I don't even know what to talk about. Like it was just so awkward for me. But back to my first day, someone asked me, like, you look like the girl from the Bernie Mac show. And I was like, I am. And he was like, no, you're not. And I'm like, why would I lie? Like, literally, that's the most random person to pick to lie about being. So I was like, no, it's me. Yeah, I'm her. And he was like, that's crazy. That was third period. By eighth period, there was a crowd of people by my locker. And I had a locker partner at the time too. So she like, what is going on? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was like a whole bunch of kids and they was just surrounding my locker. They were like, oh my God, oh my God. And then it was this, I remember it was two boys that helped me. One of them was named Jakari, the other one I don't remember his name, but he was like, we gonna be your security. Everyone get the hell back. Back up, back up, back up. My locker partner, she grabbed me, she took me to the bus. And then we got on the bus and she was like, so why was everyone by our locker? And I was like, oh yeah. It's like, you ever seen the Bernie Mac show? Yeah, that's me. But overall, it got better. It got better. Just the first day that was rough. That first day when everyone found out was rough. Even like the teachers were excited and stuff. Like it's so funny looking back on it. I really should have had some security for real because it was like a whole crowd by my locker. And mind you, I'm a regular person. I've never looked at myself as famous or really didn't even understand the concept of me being on a show when I was growing up. So like that's not even where I'm at for people to just be like, "Oh my God," and I'm just like, "Calm down, guys." Like it's just the Bernie Mac show. Like chill.
Was you dealing with any kind of hate?
Oh yeah, I still get hate. I still get hate. I still, mind you, I'm 29 now. Started the show when I was 4. It ended when I was 9, turning 10. So it's been about 20 years since we stopped filming. 20 years. And I still get, oh, you think you better than us because you was on the show. And I'd be like, come on, bro. The show ended 20 years ago. why am I no? A lot of people just was like, oh, she's uppity and she's stuck up and she's this and this and that. Mind you, I'm just over here chilling. Like just I have anxiety. I was nervous. I wasn't talking to anybody. I would just be in my own little bubble at school. And people took that as me being like too good for them. Like, oh, she never talks. Yeah, I'm over here having a panic attack. That's why I'm not talking. But you deal with that regardless.
You being someone that was homeschooled, right? I want to ask you, do you think that has a long-term effect on the kid?
I think it actually got me in a little bit of trouble just because I was so sheltered as a kid to the point that like so sheltered as a kid didn't know nothing about like drugs, gangs, violence, like things like that. Got to school and yeah, some little thugs in high school. Like they really kind of just like open put me on. They pretty much put me on. Like that's where I started to get my like street knowledge from. Um, which I'm glad I did because I was just so naive to so many different aspects of life. Like I was just like so sheltered that it's like when real life hit me, it hit me hard. It hit me pretty hard to the point where like I had to learn some lessons, but no one ever like taught me certain things. So it was just like a learning experience. Um, I think it was very helpful for me though, just because stop when I did stop acting and I had a regular life, that literally made me who I am today. So I'm grateful that I've had those experiences and things like that. But I think they could have unsheltered me a little bit more, so it wasn't just like that much of a hit. Like I had a friend in high school whose father was locked up, and I remember I came home from school and I was just so sad, and my dad was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "My friend's dad is in jail," and he was like, "Okay." I was like, that's so sad. Like he's locked up. They don't know when he's coming out or what's going on. And he was like, yeah, yeah, Dee Dee. Yeah, it's real life like that. And I was like, what if you went to jail? Like, what if I couldn't see you all the time? Like, just a culture shock. This is a mess. But I'm glad it happened the way it did.
That's crazy when you think about it, because I mean they were still showing the reruns while you were still in school. So
Yeah, literally, people were like, "You're my age." Everyone thinks like I'm a child or I'm just not supposed to grow. I don't know what it is, but they were like, "Man, I thought you was a kid." Yeah, I was, but that's funny.